Well, here we are, Gracefully and Frankly. I'm Erin Davis.
I'm Lisa Brandt, and this is episode 181.
Yeah, you had a hot time in your neighborhood there in Port Stanley, Ontario last week. Boy, you'll do anything to meet a firefighter.
Oh, and I didn't even get to.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we smelled smoke and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Sometimes people have their fire pits in the backyard or whatever, but it was early in the afternoon. And as it turns out, our neighbor's garden was on fire. There were flames coming up. Derek and I ran over and put it out. I banged on their door. And what had happened was they had a sort of tall glass bird bath that looked awfully fragile to be in a garden for my taste, but it was very pretty. The sunbeam going through it started the mulch on fire, which in turn started driftwood that they had on fire. And that's what was like flames a few inches high were going. So if nobody had been home and it had gone for several hours, the whole area would have burned. It probably, well, who knows if it would have jumped or whatever, but they do have a concrete step. But yeah, it was crazy. I've never heard of anything. And then I put something about it on Threads, and someone said, do you remember the walkie-talkie building in England? And in London, England, I think it was 2013, around there was this big building they called the walkie-talkie building. It was kind of concave and had all this glass. And the sun beaming off it was melting cars, melting parts of cars. So it's something to keep an eye on. Like if you had even one of those gazing balls or anything, I don't know what kind of risk they could pose, but if anything is glass in your garden, maybe you want to put it in a shady spot.
wow, it's just reminiscent of what we used to do with magnifying glasses.
Yes.
And watching the smoke start on a dry leaf or something. Holy, you just never think.
The kids I knew did it on ants. They used to burn ants, which is super cruel.
Oh,
But yeah, the magnifying glass. So the bird bath was the glass. There you go.
that is just
Yeah.
incredible. Wow.
Never heard of anything like it.
I'm glad that you were there to put it out. So did firefighters show up or was it just you guys?
No, it was just us. We
Okay.
had it under control. We knew it was just a patch, like maybe a foot square that was burning, and we knew we could. In fact, we dumped the bird bath on it to start, and then went from there. Got
Wow.
a hose out, and
Well, it could be a crispy kind of a summer, judging by what the Weather Network is saying for the summer, which begins this weekend, along with Father's Day, of course. It's supposed to be hot and dry in the west and northern Canada, but you guys and Atlantic Canada are in for more of a wetter, kind of a cooler sort of a summer. Have you been following that at all, or are you just going to let it be?
I'm letting it be because when I see those muggy days and when it's going to be really hot, it just makes me want to crawl under a blanket. Although we've had a little bit of humidity lately, and it's been like 25 is the high. It'll feel like 27. I'm like, what do you even bother saying that for? You know?
Exactly. Yeah, there's that. And then you had another multiple tornado warning kind of a day, too. Now, is this early in the year, as far as you recall, for this sort of thing?
I don't recall ever getting them in multiples before.
Yeah.
So not only early, but kind of unprecedented as far as warnings go. And we immediately checked radar and saw that the worst stuff was heading out into the lake. So let the fish have it. But yeah, it just warning after warning after warning, which just seems like, how are you not going to take the first one seriously enough that you need to keep sending them? I don't get it. It must be automated, and I don't know. Anyway,
I don't have, well, have you met people, though, Lisa? Jeepers.
I guess.
Yeah, well, with summer on the way, and of course, meteorologically, it's already begun. It's soon going to be peak season for mosquitoes right across Canada. And Canada is kind of leading the way in sterilizing male mosquitoes. I know. And here we thought, sterilizing flies was a silly thing, and that's why Doge was cutting all this money for funding. But darned if it isn't affecting the screwworm population, which is making its way up now from Texas and Florida. And the more storms there are, the more they're going to be blown northward as well. Infection rates for deadly mosquito-borne diseases are extremely low in Canada, but with climate change and environmental factors changing, including deforestation, the world's deadliest animal is changing the way it lives and breeds. So it's kind of good to think that, even in Canada, where we don't really think of mosquitoes as a huge health problem, they're a pain in the butt, we're doing a lot of work on this.
Another thing that's been spreading a lot because of climate change and hitching rides and birds and stuff are ticks.
Oh.
And I wish there was a way to sterilize a tick, but they affect us differently. They climb on. And I mean, so many people are saying they're seeing them even in their backyards now, and they're all over the place. So lucky us with our ticks and skeeters.
Yeah, and I think of that a lot now with the dogs being in deep grass and stuff as they are, right where the deer like to play, too. No antelope. I'm not breaking into song, just the deer. So don't forget to put on your bug repellent. I mean, anybody listening who is in Ontario or the prairies or eastern Canada, here in BC, or at least in our little neck of the woods, very, very few mosquitoes or things that bite you. But I had a walk the other night, Lisa, and I got just the pants scared off me, almost literally, and it wasn't a bug. I have to tell you, what I'm wearing right now, I was wearing that night. It's midnight, and I'm waiting on the 12:05. Never mind. I never don't think of Juice Newton when I say midnight. Anyway, midnight, we're all tucked in. It's just me and the two dogs. Rob's back in Sydney, BC, and Livy's down sitting on a step. So I think, oh, Livy, you have to go outside, don't you? Which is kind of silly because we have pee pads and they're really good at using them. But I thought, okay. So I've got my nightshirt on, which is just a long T-shirt with a Blue Jays logo on it. But it's not that long. It just goes past my butt. I'm kind of free-ranging underneath. And I hook up the dogs. And in the dark, with the little lights on our leases, we walk down the dark lane to the road. And that lane is 100 steps, give or take, because I count.
Yep.
So we get out on the road, and it's so dark. No road lights, no nothing, very little moonlight or anything. And the dogs are sniffing around in the ditch. And I'm busy looking at a neighbor's driveway where there's some daisies growing up. And I'm kind of looking at the daisies going, isn't this pretty? All of a sudden, the dogs start to bark. And I look down the road, and all I see is this kind of a giant apparition. And I'm thinking, oh, no, it's one of the skinwalkers, because I listen to these scary podcasts every night and every day on my walks. No, it was a couple who I guess must have been coming home from somebody else's house, and they were using an iPhone flashlight or a phone flashlight. And they said, oh, sorry, we thought you'd see the flashlight, not knowing that I'm off in my own little zone all the time. And the dogs, I couldn't shut them up. My heart's in my throat. I'm mortified at being seen there, bare ass with my nightshirt. I mean, they couldn't see it, but if I tripped, they would have seen everything. And I was just... Oh, and I couldn't, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm trying to quiet the dogs. And it's so silent that everybody for miles, I'm afraid, is hearing these dogs screaming their brains out because they see something.
Oh, they were protecting you.
I think they were. But my heart rate, I don't think I got to sleep till about 3 a.m. And Rob said, well, you met some new neighbors. And I said, I couldn't identify them in a lineup. I was so... being so in my head and so mortified and so scared at these nice people just walking by on their way home from someplace. So there's got to be a lesson in there. What do you think it might be? I don't know.
I don't know. Don't show them the full moon. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, the front and the back bum. And oh my gosh. And it turns out that last night Livia went and sat on the steps again too. So she had just been outside. She's just messing with me.
I don't blame her. Look at the adventure she's getting.
There's been a lot of news about drugs of late. Some really good developments, like that there might be a vaccine down the road that's going to get rid of your bad cholesterol once and for all, the LDL. I'm all in for that. That'd be great, eh?
For sure, absolutely. But does that mean you can eat with abandon whatever you want? Well, I guess that remains to be seen, right?
I guess it does. It's kind of like the GLP drugs. And I'm not sure if everybody knows what we mean when we say GLP. Rob always goes, well, what's that? And I said, well, Ozempic, Wegovy. It's just not part of his universe. But, GLPs. And of course, we're hearing more and more about these now.
I think you still need a prescription. As far as I know, in Canada anyway, even though there are generics on the market, that's just the generic prescription drugs. So you do have to get a prescription, and like you have to convince, or if you're getting it for weight loss, you have to get a doctor who will agree with you that it's something that you need. If you are getting it for being diabetic, which is what it was originally for, then you'll probably be told it's what you need. But because the generics are on the market now, the original versions have come down.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, in some cases, some people are saying it's $60 a month.
Wow.
Or 120 or 140, depending on what drug you get. And that's way down. Like, I remember people talking about $1,100 a month, $600 a month. So, yeah, they've had to. So the original manufacturers had to bring its price down to compete with the maker of the generic, now that it's sort of open source and somebody else can make a version of it. So that benefits a lot of people who want to go on it, because I don't care if somebody says they're just cheating or whatever. Who cares if they're getting healthier and they're feeling better and eating better, because these drugs affect the appetite. They are supposed to stop cravings. A lot of people need help with that. I get it.
And it's not just cravings for food. A friend of mine has started just in the last couple of weeks. She says alcohol. She's not at all interested in that. And I don't know if it, lessens the desire to gamble or any of the other things that we can become addicted to. But this is sort of what we're hearing about, the unintended side effects.
Pretty incredible, because that's something that, I have what's called food noise. A lot of people have it, where just out of nowhere, you'll just get this idea, and whether it's from conditioning when you're young or whatever, we could go on about that forever. But you just sort of get this little thought in your head like, I could eat a bag of chips right now, like out of nowhere. And then you start reasoning, well, I didn't have any carbs at lunch, and so chips would actually fill that. And then I could skip potatoes at dinner and blah, 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 and start doing the food math. And oh my goodness, to get rid of that would be a dream come true.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, another unintended side effect is that junk food sales have gone way down, which is, I guess, people not answering the call for the food noise. So that's kind of interesting. But there was a story in the Wall Street Journal and New York Times a little while ago that said that clothing stores are having to deal with this. People are bringing back clothes in droves, and not just the people who, wore a dress to prom and then want to bring it back with the sweat stains and just a little bit of vomit, and but want to bring back their clothes. It's people who bought them and then never got around to wearing them because they lost so much weight. So stores are really having to change their return policies, for better or for worse, saying, yeah, okay, we'll take these all back. I wondered too, though, Lisa, if it's kind of the Costco effect when it's finally hitting clothing stores where, yeah, we will take anything back, which we know Costco does almost without exception. Or the Amazon effect where people will buy, I don't know this manufacturer, so I'm going to buy it in an 8, a 10, and a 12, and then I'll just return whichever size doesn't fit.
I have heard of people doing that, and that is so apart from the way I would ever operate. I don't get it. But I guess it's in-home shopping, right? And they're going to have to adjust to the way people are. I only understand bringing back something you haven't worn. So that's what we're talking about, right?
Gosh, I hope so.
Me too. Oh, my goodness.
Now, Lauren's wedding dress, she ordered months in advance because her mother-in-law said, well, you've got to order it months in advance. And then she was on a vigorous weight loss program. She was exercising like crazy and working off more than she took in and stuff. And by the time her wedding day rolled around, we went to put that dress on her, and it was huge. She had this huge gap in the front and the back, and it didn't have any straps or anything. Never mind the fact that I laced it up wrong, and so the ties were outside the dress at the back. I don't know. I've never dressed a bride before.
Right.
But I mean, if she tried it on earlier, her dad could have taken it in for her. But we thought, no, we're not going to put it on until the wedding day. And the stupid thing didn't fit. So I bet this is happening all the time with GLPs and brides as well.
Now, I was at that wedding. What did you do for a fix?
We didn't. It was just kind of gapey in the front.
I never noticed.
Oh, you mean I can let it go? All these years later, I can let it go. Let's see, 13 years this month. Yeah, I can let it go. Okay.
But
thank you.
No, but seriously, I mean, I never ever noticed that. And it's funny because there is a lesson in that in a way, because I'm sure, it was on Lauren's mind and on and on. And everybody just went, oh my God, here she comes. She's so beautiful. Nobody even noticed. So that's good.
That's great. Probably would have been worse if I'd tried to stuff it. Like if I'd put in my rubber chicken cutlets and one of them made a run for it on the way down the aisle. Like it did on me in Colin's playground that day that I was playing in the sprinklers. Oh, God.
Yeah. And let's remind people that was not real chicken. Okay.
No, it was not. Would have created more of a stink than it already did. When we're talking about taking drugs and supplements and that sort of thing, there is something that a lot of people take for joint pain, and that is glucosamine. And there has been a study that actually you sent my way from Science Daily, and it's out of a major study at the University of Miami. They're showing a possible link between glucosamine and Alzheimer's and dementia and rapid progression of it. Now, there are a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in these studies, and if this interests you, you just look for ScienceDaily.com. That's easy to find. But then I got thinking about joint pain, and is it the seniors who are taking glucosamine for joint pain already? Is that the correlation as opposed to causal? And then you get into things that just kind of make our brains go numb. So here's the thing, Lisa. Sierra Sil, these joint formula mineral capsules that we have taken for years, our dogs have taken, they have no glucosamine in them. Sierra Sil has a glucosamine product, not from shellfish, but Joint Formula 14 is clay minerals, and they are so sure it's going to work on your joint inflammation that you get a money-back guarantee. If you don't feel a difference within 14 days, keep your receipt, send it back, and you get your money back.
Check them out, SierraSil.com, Sierra like the mountains, SIL.com, and the code GF will get you 14% off your purchase.
Oh boy, there are going to be some dads, some moms, some brothers, some sisters who are angry with the news that came down. It actually came down a while ago, but Tuesday it was confirmed just in time for us to be kind of over the NHL and the hockey season that no more NHL games on the CBC. Hockey Night in Canada, HNIC is RIP, baby.
It's hard to believe because at our age, we've never known a world without Hockey Night in Canada. It was like, 1952, the CBC started televising.
Yep.
So like 10 years before we were born, and it's an institution. So what's happening? Where's it going?
Sportsnet. It's all going to Sportsnet. So as my husband asked, does this mean that people are going to have to subscribe to Sportsnet to watch hockey? They're going to be furious at Rogers. I mean, we're already all furious at our cable carriers and our telephone carriers as well. But yeah, not to have hockey on CBC, it seems downright unpatriotic. I don't know. Can Canada survive without hockey on our national network? I don't know.
It's crazy. Everything is going to a subscription model. You have to pay for anything you want. It seems, of any value. Not this podcast, but so many things are going to subscriptions. So now you have to get Sportsnet in your package if you don't have it already. And, for goodness sake.
Yeah, if we're wrong about that, we're happy to be wrong. But no, that's the way it's shaping up. It's kind of like when we want to watch the Blue Jays on a Friday night and it's on Apple. Oh, my God. It's just the worst broadcast team ever. Don't get me started on that. So we need a little something to lighten the mood with Father's Day coming this Sunday. What do you got for us?
I've got my husband, Derek. I asked him to give us some of his favorite dad jokes.
Oh, good.
Now, I'm not sure why he sounds like this. I think he's mildly embarrassed.
Oh, well, okay, let's just kind of recap. Usually when you're talking about Derek, you have him saying, well, I think the neighbor's garden's on fire, or something. I mean, you do. Why would you want to do that? You've already got 2 pair at home. This is how we all talk about our partners and spouses, no matter their sex, no matter how,
Right.
what they actually sound like.
And one of his go-to, like he gets hired a lot to play old cowboys and that very low kind of Sam Elliott thing. And I don't think he sounds like that here. But anyway, here you go. Let's hear his favorite dad jokes.
Did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? Well, he was lucky it was a soft drink. If 2 vegetarians get in an argument, is it still called a beef?
Oh.
Why are fish so smart? Well, they live in schools. Where do boats go when they're sick? To the dock.
Oh.
Did you hear the one about the roof? Never mind. It's over your head. What musical instrument do you find in the bathroom? Tuba toothpaste.
Ow.
And there you go.
Well, thank you, Derek, for that. Thanks for the dad jokes. You know what, Lisa? Between you and me, I would rather hear Sam Elliott in the bathroom. Sorry. No, I would rather... No, I don't want to hear Sam Elliott in the bathroom. Oh, okay. In the bedroom, then Derek with his dad joke voice.
Well, who wouldn't?
Thanks, Derek. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And happy Father's Day to anyone who is remembering their dad and who may have a dad who listens, too. We appreciate that. You can be an honorary queenager. And being a queenager can sometimes get you discounts on things like, I don't know, pillowcases, eye masks, sheets, pillows, all from the wonderful duo of Kathy and Kim at Envy Pillow.
And guys love a comfortable pillow. So why shouldn't they have one as well?
Rob does. He loves his Envy Pillow.
Derek does as well. He really loves it. He loves the support it gives him, and it's his go-to pillow. Check out all of the offerings they have, why copper is so important, why every type of silk isn't created equal. And you can do that at envypillow.com, envypillow.com. And the code GF gets you 10% off your purchase.
And that's why we don't have to charge you to listen to Gracefully and Frankly. Honestly, we should pay you.
All right, I'll start writing checks. Do people still take checks?
Yeah. Buy me a coffee, Lisa. You just go to the gracefullyandfrankly.com website, and there's a little coffee down on the left. You can buy me a coffee, and I'll buy you some, too. Can I tell you I am the worst present giver because I have bought you something that I found online for the happy birthday of your book on June 25th. And I can't tell you anymore except that I'm so excited for you to open it. Oh my God.
Now I'm very excited. I love surprises.
Me too.
So exciting.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I got to tell you, I bought Lisa this blingy bracelet that I saw. I really liked it. And I send her this bracelet, and it's little straps of beads and leather and a heart. And you didn't know who it came from.
Right. I didn't know who it came from. Yeah.
But it wasn't you. It turns out it was me sending it, but it wasn't you. And I love our friendship because Lisa went, was that you? And I said, yes, I saw this. I love it. And you go, well, you know what? It's not really me. So you gave it to me, and I like it so much I bought 2 more.
Yeah, and I didn't want you to never see me wearing it. I wanted to wear it and all that kind of thing. But it just, a little shiny for me. But it looks great on you. It totally suits you.
Thank you, especially out on my dog walks with no underwear and just a nightshirt. Oh, but look at the bling. Yeah, okay. So
yeah, blind them with the bling. Yeah.
That's what I should do. Sure. No, but this thing, you're going to take a picture of it and we're going to post it when you get it. I'm just very excited, and I don't know when it's coming because It's not one of those things where they say, yeah, within 2 days. So you're going to have to wait for it. And next week, Christmas in June, June 25th, Lisa's newest book will drop. And it's a great summer read. And I can't wait to talk about it next week, okay?
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, it's called Little Voices, and everybody's been asking about the paperback, and the paperback will come out lickety-split. Somebody who was helping me with the production of the book quit suddenly, so I've been in a little bit of a scramble behind the scenes, but I think it's all going to work out.
Excellent. Looking forward to Little Voices, and people can pre-order it. Go to gracefullyandfrankly.com and there will be a link there, right?
There will now.
Yes, there will. Jeez. Do I have to do your marketing too?
You do. Yes.
Well, as we roll on through this episode 181, it is time for this week in Totally Stupid, eh? Or...
Quiz.
Oh, my God.
So Canadian, eh?
I know. It should almost wait for another week so we can celebrate Canada Day with it. But a man in Northwest Territories is facing criminal charges after allegedly kayaking while drunk. Now, I think that sounds kind of responsible, don't you? I mean, the guy wasn't driving. He wasn't out on a 4x4 or something.
That's true. Ugh.
But it was a stolen kayak. This gets better. Okay, he stole a kayak and was paddling around using, this is the icing on the butter tart, a snow shovel to paddle.
Oh, my goodness. See, only a drunk person could think of that.
I think it's kind of smart. You don't have a paddle, use a shovel.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
anyway, when officers got to Marion Lake, they found the boat capsized and the men in the water, too drunk to swim to shore. They helped him get out of the water, which you would really think might help sober him up. And then the 63-year-old man was charged with impaired operation of a vessel. I didn't know a kayak fell under those auspices, but apparently yes. And he refused to provide a breath sample. So apparently it is an offense to operate any sort of vessel while impaired, including canoes or kayaks. Again, no idea. Okay, so a floaty unicorn, also out of the question. Good to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it surprise you to hear he's 63? Do you think, oh, for goodness sake, grow up?
That falls under old enough to know better. But on a serious note, of course, you are putting the first responders at risk here.
Yeah.
And everybody involved.
Too drunk to swim. That is drunk.
Holy. And on that note, which of course makes me think of Kevin O'Leary for absolutely no good reason at all.
Ew. Ew.
Yes.
Ew.
I guess we shall wrap up this episode and wish you a great Father's Day summer solstice, which is coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And to you as well.
Mm-hmm. And we will talk to you again next week. Don't forget, visit our Facebook page, Gracefully and Frankly on Facebook. We post all kinds of stuff, including your blogs, my blog, and neat memes and stuff that sometimes you share with us. We would love to hear from you, too, with a voicemail. You'll find it at gracefullyandfrankly.com. Just go to the little microphone. And thanks for supporting Envy Pillow, Sierra Sill, and Lisa and me. I'm Erin Davis.
I'm Lisa Brandt. Say hi to your dad for me.
Oh, yes, indeed.